Hello everyone, this is MMA-Godspeed with another fight prediction video for UFC Fight Night in Shanghai. And I'm going to give you my best picks for this main card. And this is going to be a very good event, and I just can't wait because it's also taking place in my hometown, Shanghai. So starting with my first most confident pick, this is the fight between Sumudaerji and Kevin Borjas. I'm picking Kevin Borjas to win here because I feel that he's a more dangerous fighter, and Sumudaerji, he's more of a point fighter. And, he's got some great wins in his past couple of fights, but he's also was on the losing streak until his last fight. And, he's definitely got the range and also the height advantage coming into this fight, but I just feel that Kevin Borjas is the more dangerous fighter. And he had a very good fight against Lazy Boy. And Lazy Boy is a pretty decent fighter. And Kevin Borjas lost to Joshua Van, which is one of my favorite fighter. And he didn't look too bad in that fight. He got outstruck, but there was moments that he really did a lot of damage to Joshua Van. And Joshua Van is extremely durable. So I feel that if Kevin Borjas is going to land some strikes on Sumudaerji, he might get a knockdown in this fight. So give me Kevin Borjas to win by decision. So the next fight I'm picking to win is Sergei Pavlovich here. Sergei Pavlovich is going to have an easy victory here. There's no way I can see Waldo Cortes Acosta winning here. Sergei Pavlovich, in terms of striking, is levels above Waldo Cortes. I mean, just from looking at Waldo Cortes' last fight against Sergei Spivak, the polar bear, Sergei Spivak isn't that great of a striker, and he was able to outstrike Waldo Cortes in rounds, which is pretty shocking. And Waldo Cortes Acosta, I mean, he has some good victories against Ryan Spann, but that last fight against Sergei Spivak, I mean, it was borderline robbery. I feel that Sergei Pavlovich, there's just been a lot of bias and recency bias because he didn't look great in his last fight, and nor did he look great against the Volkov. But Sergei Pavlovich's boxing skill is definitely top 3 in the heavyweight division. There's no doubt about that. And I think he can get a knockout here. I mean, the reach advantage that he has is just going to be too much for Waldo Cortes Acosta. Waldo Cortes can win on points here. Sergei Pavlovich is one of the best boxers, and he's probably going to get a round 1 or round 2 KO here. So moving on to the next fight, we got Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling. I'm going to go with the former champion here, Aljamain Sterling. He looked really good against his fight against Movsar Evloev, and Movsar Evloev is an absolute beast on the ground. Aljamain Sterling had certain moments that he was able to win scrambles and was able to take Movsar Evloev down. And Brian Ortega, also very good on the mat, got very good submission skills, but in his last fight against Diego Lopez, he just didn't look that good. I don't know if he, he's still got that passion to win anymore, but I just feel that Aljamain Sterling, as a former champion, and I just think he's a couple of levels above Brian Ortega. Aljamain Sterling, Merab's training partner, they're pretty much best friends. All that training that he does with Merab, he's going to get multiple takedowns on Brian Ortega. I don't think Brian Ortega is going to have any success in submitting Aljo. Aljo's never been submitted. So I think this should be a layup for Aljamain Sterling here. I mean, I can see Brian Ortega outstriking Aljo, but I don't know. I just feeling much more comfortable with Aljamain Sterling winning here. So give me Aljamain Sterling to win by decision. And the last fight of the evening is my favorite fighter, Johnny Walker versus Zhang Mingyang, the Mountain Tiger. And I'm going to have to pick Zhang Mingyang here. It's he is the real deal. I think currently he's probably a top 5 heavyweight, a light heavyweight. I mean, he can probably beat Jamal Hill. He can probably beat, let's see, like Volkov. I can see him beating him. I can see him beating Rakic. Like, he's very well-rounded. He's got a very good takedown game, and he's a natural wrestler. But his striking, he's solid. Like, I know people that trained with him in Shanghai at the UFC gym. So his boxing skills is extremely solid, and I think that he's going to be very patient in this fight, similar to Volkov and Ankalaev. I think that he's going to wait for the right moment, and right when Johnny Walker is kind of gassed, he's going to land those hits on Johnny Walker and be able to knock him out. But still, it's a very dangerous fight for Zhang Mingyang, because Johnny Walker, I know Johnny Walker, he's a very entertaining fighter, very funny, but he's also very dangerous. Don't let his funny moments fool you that he's just going to be some MPV coming into this fight and get knocked out. Johnny Walker is extremely dangerous. If he can land shots on his opponents, they're going to sleep. He's extremely physical, and I just can't get the picture of him knocking out Paul Craig. Paul Craig was able to get a hold of him, and somehow Johnny Walker, with his elbows, knocked out Paul Craig immediately. He's extremely dangerous. Don't think that this fight is just going to be a ballpark for Zhang Mingyang. I mean, Zhang Mingyang, I think he's really good, but Johnny Walker, at any moment he can end the fight. He's an extremely dangerous light heavyweight fighter. But I'm still picking Zhang Mingyang to win, and I think he can win by knockout, but not that confident. This might go to a decision. I know almost the entire public is picking Zhang Mingyang to win by knockout here, but most of these situations, when it's that obvious, it tends not to go that way. So I think this should be an easy fight for Zhang Mingyang, but we'll see. So hopefully you guys find this video to be helpful, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.